The aforementioned Congressman Glenn Ivey, a Democrat from just down the road in Maryland, who you saw there in that video making those comments. Congressman, thanks for being with us tonight here on the Hill. There's been a lot of talk about you in the last 24 hours or so. I noticed you said, "I'm afraid it may be time." Did you leave yourself wiggle room there? Or point blank, are you saying that Schumer needs to give up his post as leader?
Well, I think I left him wiggle room. I mean, the issue really is not so much, I don't have a personal vendetta against Chuck Schumer. Really, the issue is what's he going to do going forward? We've got a lot of key issues coming up. The Medicare vote, almost $900 billion they're talking about cutting. Hopefully we'll get another crack at the CR in about 6 months. The budget resolution, reconciliation process. There's the debt ceiling. I mean, we got a lot of votes. We need to make sure that Democrats are moving in alignment now, and instead of him peeling off and going in a different direction.
So yes or no, you want him to step down?
I mean, we'll see. I want to hear what he says about what he's planning on doing going forward. Friday was a disaster. There's no question about that. It was devastating, I think, not only because of the impact it had from the constituencies and the voters like you just heard from, but also from the standpoint of, I think, passing up a chance to take a swing at the Trump administration and try and stop him on the track.
So it sounds like you're a bit TBD. Let's see where he goes going forward. There was Delia Ramirez, one of your colleagues, Democrat from Illinois, who just flat out said, yes, he should step down. You remember last year, Congressman, in the throes of the presidential race, when Nancy Pelosi went out on TV and she didn't support Joe Biden. And that basically opened the door for Democrats to say, you know what, Mr. President, get out of the race. And the reason why I bring that up is because the Congresswoman said this last night, and I want to get your reaction on the other side.
Sure.
It is about what comes next. I myself don't give away anything for nothing. And I think that's what happened the other day.
That comment right there. Is this basically 2.0, what she did to Biden last year and allowed Democrats cover to come out? Did Nancy Pelosi just give Democrats like yourself, Delia Ramirez, and many others cover to say, you know what, it's time for Schumer to give up his post?
Well, maybe. I mean, I think she went on to say a little more after that, but the point she made is the key one. We gave up the leverage that we had at that moment on that bill, the continuing resolution, which is a pivotal bill for us moving forward. And he got nothing in exchange for it. So it's a big problem. Nancy Pelosi never would have done that. I definitely think she's absolutely right on that front. And that's why she was so successful as a speaker. We've got to try and replicate that. I think Hakeem Jeffries has been outstanding and, following in her footsteps, and did a great job last week rallying the caucus. We had 213 out of 214 Democrats voted with him in opposing the CR. We need similar sort of performance on the Senate side.
So you speak to your colleagues, obviously, right? There's 214, 13, 15, whatever the number is at this point in time, north of 210 Democratic members in the House. You speak to them. They're your colleagues. They're your friends. How many more Glenn Iveys are out there right now, Congressman, that you know of and that you think might be out there in terms of Chuck Schumer and your position?
I'm not sure. And I think the fact that Schumer and Hakeem had a meeting where, at least they had a conversation about, what happened last week and how to go forward. I don't know what's been disclosed about that. I haven't heard any details, but that might have helped. But the bottom line is, we really need him to get on the same page. As you heard from not only my town hall meeting, but other across the country, and you've seen them in polls, people want Democrats want the Democrats in Congress to get their act together. We need to get on the same page and have a strategy in the House and the Senate that's coordinated and effective. And we didn't have that last week.
All right, we'll leave it there. Fascinating. Congressman Glenn Ivey, he's a frequent guest here on the Hill and in the middle of a lot of news. And you just heard some of it there. Congressman, thank you, sir. Appreciate it. Talk soon.